Hi everybody. All right, I'm back. I was out for a little bit, home back in the south to see my pops, who I hadn't seen in 2 years. We went fishing, had a wonderful time. So I got some pictures. I don't want to rub it in. It's all just naughty food pictures, so I'll just sprinkle them in amongst the video commentary here. All right, so in the last video, you saw me drilling holes in the proto panel for the left side. Since then, actually during that same work session, I finished drilling the holes and I actually installed the switches. You're not going to see any of that because I ran out of memory in the camera, so I didn't capture any of that. It really was only about an extra 30 minutes of work. In fact, here's a picture. So there's the panel from a much better angle. You can see there's a few switches that are switch guarded, and that's really cool. And that's, stuff that you don't want to accidentally turn off during flight. And all those switches underneath the display, those are all things that require power. So that's that. All right, so now here we are behind the panel, and basically all we're really working on is the wiring. You can see some wiring's already there. So we've got 4 of those breaker switches back at the bottom. We're actually going to replace those other 2 regular switches with breaker switches later. So breaker switches are great. I've talked about them before. Just a one-stop shop. Power is on and off, and it's a breaker. I mean, technically you could do it with those clicks-on breakers, but that would be ridiculous. It's so much nicer just to have a, switch. All right. Random food pick 1 here is some fried green tomatoes. There you go. All right, so you see that carbon fiber panel? So that's the standoff panel that I've got to match the one on the back side of the sub panel. So on the back side, that's where the bus manager is. And here, that one is going to have some relays. So I'm going to mount the relays for the fuel pumps. Let's see, what are they for? Fuel pumps is 1. The RF relay is 1. The oxygen sensor is going to be 1. And the horn is going to be another one. So we've got at least 4 relays I'm going to attach there. You can kind of see that silver crescent line near the top. That's to tell me where I can't put anything else. Everything above that line gets cut off by the canopy frame. So. Okay, so now we're going to work on bringing power to all those switches underneath the display. It's really weird when you think about the path that power takes, right, sometimes, because we need to have everything at our fingertips. We need to be able to pull power. We need to be able to easily switch on and off or switch the way power goes. And for that to happen, now we've got to route wires within arm's length. Right, and the problem is, it's like, well, if you're not going to use a bunch of relays, then that means the full extent of the power has to come by your hand. Yeah, big old pain in the butt. Every time you think you're done adding wires, you're not done. You're not done. That's the plane teasing you. Oh yeah, this is the last one you'll have to put in, we promise. Lies. All right, so I'm putting the seats back on because I'm tired of losing crap in the floor. Just for a joke, let's put an over and under on how many Clicos we find after the first flight. I'm going to put the over and under at 3 right now. We'll see. Okay, random picture of some pie. The one on the left, that is lemon icebox, and the one on the right is banana caramel. Oh, that thing is dangerous. Yep, so very soon we're going to have all the wire for this panel. The only thing we have to put in here is we have to cut a hole for the cabin heat pull, and we also need to mount the ELT and a couple of breakers, which we'll talk about later. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Here is a quick close-up of the wiring on the back. you're about to see me start working on it. Here's a sort of a little close-up of what part of that looks like. So yeah, there we are, just wiring away all the switches. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Hope you have a good week, and see you soon.